you on this. With the addition of Jimmy Butler, how dangerous is this Warriors team in the West?
No more dangerous than they were yesterday.
For myself, I'm so happy to be playing basketball again, honestly. But for an organization like this one, with some hellified talent that we have, I'm glad that I get the opportunity to get here and help get us to winning and do something special. I think that's why I'm here, and I will do my best to do what everybody wants, and that's to win a championship. I mean it. As I got here, everybody was telling me to be myself, play my style of basketball, and we'll make it work. I'll fit in just fine. So I went out there, did that to the best of my ability. Don't touch me. And we got it done.
Oh, I'm straight. I'm good. Love being around these guys. They love winning and everything. They love basketball. We play cards, dominoes, Uno, whatever it is. I think the way you do anything is the way that you do everything. So guys are really enjoying each other's company. Guys want everybody to be great. That's what you want to be a part of.
Hold up. Did we just see this happen? The Warriors made a move of the decade, and now Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler are on the same team. The NBA world is buzzing, and for good reason. This duo has the potential to change everything. But here's the real question. What does this mean for the rest of the league? I'm talking about a Warriors team that was barely clinging to playoff hopes. Now they're back in championship contention, and they've got playoff Jimmy on their side. So why should every other team be shaking in their boots? Why is this Warriors squad about to be more dangerous than ever before? Stick around, because we're diving into exactly how Jimmy Butler is making this Warriors team a nightmare that no one wants to face in the postseason.
I just respect him so much as being such a unique, world-class, elite competitor. He competes to win. That's a different language, and he's desperate and urgent and maniacal and sometimes psychotic about the will to try to win.
The Warriors were struggling, but Butler changed everything. Before Jimmy Butler made his way to the Golden State Warriors, this team was looking lost. The Warriors were stuck under .500, barely hanging on to their playoff spot, and Steph Curry was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, night after night. It was looking like the once dominant dynasty was on its last legs. But then came the trade deadline, and in an instant, everything shifted. The Warriors, desperate for another scoring threat to lighten Curry's load, took the massive risk of pulling in Jimmy Butler, a guy who's known for his two-way ability, playoff heroics, and relentless attitude. And what happened next was nothing short of a transformation. Let's take a look at the stats.
And Jimmy's like Jordan in a sense, in this way. He's always looking for something to piss him off.
We're playing that game. I think we're about 8. I'm playing well. And Jimmy says, like, hell no, he ain't here. So I made the 3. I said,
cashed out. Yeah.
Next thing you know, I said, hell, I'm here. The next play, Jimmy, boom, boom, stop, pivot, and 1. I'm here too much.
Since Butler joined the team, the Warriors have gone 15-3, and they've turned into the hottest team in the West. They've moved from the 10th seed to the 6th, and suddenly this team is looking like a legitimate championship contender again. Just a month ago, they were written off with a 25-26 record, sitting at a 0.1% chance to win the title. That's the type of desperation we're talking about. But then, Butler's arrival flipped the switch. Now the Warriors aren't just surviving, they're thriving. Curry looks rejuvenated, the offense is flowing more efficiently, and the defense is clicking like never before. And let's not forget, Butler hasn't even fully hit playoff Jimmy mode yet. If we know anything about Butler in the postseason, it's that he's a different animal when the stakes are highest. So what did this trade really mean for the Warriors? Jimmy Butler gave them what they needed the most, a second scorer who could take the pressure off Curry, allowing him to return to his best form. But it's not just the offense that's been revitalized. Butler's defensive presence has been a game-changer too, locking down opposing stars and giving the Warriors an edge they've been missing for years.
Whenever we can guard, get into the open floor, we're definitely going to score enough points. We're going to make enough shots. We just got to guard without fouling.
Looks can definitely be deceiving. I was exhausted. But I don't know. I've been ripping and running, lifting, working on my game, trying to have fun while I wasn't able to compete. But tonight was a good one, and we started off on the right foot.
The dynamic duo, Butler and Curry together, a nightmare for opponents. Now, the most exciting part about Jimmy Butler joining the Golden State Warriors, the explosive duo of him and Steph Curry. This partnership is shaping up to be one of the most scary duos the NBA has seen in recent years. And here's why. First, let's talk about the contrast in their playing styles. Curry is the most dangerous shooter to ever step on a basketball court. His range is limitless, and his off-ball movement is a nightmare for defenses. He can catch and shoot from anywhere, off the dribble, or hit tough contested shots like it's nothing. But here's where it gets interesting. Butler brings something completely different. While Curry is creating chaos on the perimeter, Butler is a physical force who can break down defenses from within. His ability to drive to the rim with power and finesse opens up lanes for both him and his teammates. But the real power of this duo is that they complement each other perfectly. Curry is great in transition, pulling defenders out to the three-point line, creating space. Butler, on the other hand, thrives when defenses collapse on Curry's shooting threat, and he can attack the basket with reckless abandon. The combo of Curry's shooting gravity and Butler's slashing and isolation play makes this partnership nearly impossible to stop. But don't forget that defensive side. Butler is one of the best perimeter defenders in the game, and with Curry's defensive improvements over the years, this duo can lock down both ends of the court. Teams can't just focus on Butler when Curry's running around screens, and they can't ignore Curry when Butler's bulldozing his way to the hoop. Together, they create a level of offensive and defensive balance that makes the Warriors' system even more lethal. But it's more than just X's and O's. The leadership and mentality that Butler brings to the table is something Curry has lacked in recent years, especially in the post-KD era. Curry is a quiet leader, but Butler has that aggressive, in-your-face approach that can elevate a team when the going gets tough. He's got that dog mentality, the type of attitude that can carry a team through adversity. And when you have Curry's sharp shooting alongside Butler's ability to take over games in clutch moments, there's just no telling how dangerous this duo can be in the postseason. How the Warriors roster elevates the Butler-Curry duo. When you look at the potential pairing of Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, it's easy to get caught up in their individual greatness. But the true potential of this duo isn't just about those two. It's how they fit into the already dangerous Golden State Warriors roster, and how their presence could elevate everyone around them. First off, let's talk about the Warriors' supporting cast. Players like Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins are all seasoned playoff veterans who know what it takes to win. The presence of Butler and Curry allows them to play off each other more freely. Klay, who thrives in catch-and-shoot situations, will get even more open looks when defenders are forced to focus on both Butler's drives and Curry's outside shooting. Imagine the chaos for defenders as Butler drives, Curry runs around screens, and Klay is set up to shoot wide-open threes. And then there's Draymond Green, the heart and soul of the Warriors' defense. Draymond's ability to guard multiple positions and make plays in transition will be supercharged when Butler is on the floor. Butler's intensity on the defensive end mirrors Draymond's grit, and together, they form one of the best defensive front lines in the league. The Warriors could have a deadly combo of Butler's perimeter defense and Draymond's versatility, locking down any opponent trying to attack the rim or space the floor. And let's not forget Andrew Wiggins. The former #1 overall pick has developed into a two-way player who can contribute both offensively and defensively. Wiggins has shown he can take on tough matchups, and with the extra attention Butler and Curry will demand, Wiggins could find himself with even more freedom to attack the basket and hit timely shots. But perhaps the most exciting part? The Warriors' depth. The team has a solid rotation of shooters, defenders, and role players who can thrive when given the opportunity. With Butler and Curry drawing attention, players like Jordan Poole, Kevon Looney, and others can capitalize on mismatches. Poole, known for his offensive spark, will have more room to operate, and Looney's rebounding and grit will provide an extra edge in the paint. This isn't just about the star duo. It's the entire roster that makes this combination so dangerous. Everyone has a role to play, but the presence of Butler and Curry will allow their teammates to shine in ways that might not have been possible before. The Warriors' style of play thrives on movement, spacing, and quick decision-making. And with Butler's high basketball IQ and Curry's unparalleled shooting, the system becomes even more lethal. This combination of a star duo and a well-rounded supporting cast makes the Warriors even more formidable in their pursuit of another championship. They already have the experience, the coaching, and the winning mentality. Adding Butler to the mix could be the piece that puts them over the top. So to wrap it all up, the idea of Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry teaming up in Golden State isn't just exciting. It's terrifying for the rest of the league. The combination of Curry's unrivaled shooting and Butler's two-way dominance could form a dynamic duo that brings the Warriors back to championship contention in a major way. With the Warriors' existing roster, the fit feels almost perfect, and it's hard not to imagine what kind of damage they could do with those two leading the charge. But what do you think? Would Butler and Curry be the perfect match for the Warriors? Or is this a dream scenario that's just too far-fetched? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things NBA. Until next time, keep hooping, and I'll catch you in the next video.